Hello, everybody, and welcome to my first of my two New York Jets related videos today. As I said yesterday, after I said yesterday, as soon as I returned home from my friend's graduation party, I was gonna do one of two New York Jet related videos today. So here I am back home from my friend's graduation party, which was awesome, by the way. The food was delicious, the service was excellent. It was just an awesome time. It really truly was. Anyways, today I'm going to talk about five New York Jet players that I think have the potential to break out in the upcoming 2025 NFL season. Now, what inspired me to do this video is a YouTuber by the name of Richie Malora, aka Jets Media. Huge shout out to Richie. He's a good guy. He's a really good YouTuber. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, please do so already. That'll really help him out as well. So here are my list of my five New York Jet players that I think will break out in the 2025 season. Number 5 is Malachi Corley. Now I know he got a bad rap last year by the previous regime because they sucked. And, obviously he got a bad rap from fans when he fumbled the ball at the 1 yard line when he was about to score his first NFL touchdown against the Houston Texans on Thursday Night Football on Halloween. But, it is what it is. He'll learn from it, hopefully. And hopefully with Sean Jefferson, the wide receiver coach we retained from the previous head coaching regime, brings out the best out of him. Hopefully this coaching staff likes him and brings out some good stuff. Hopefully he has the potential to really be something special because he was nicknamed the Yak King coming out of college. He was nicknamed the Yak King coming out of college. And hopefully he brings some of that swagger, that Yak King swagger in his second season in the NFL. Hopefully the Jets utilize him. But yeah, that's number 5. Number 4 is none other than the guy who gave us the song Breathe Lightning, and Breece Hall. Now, I know Breece Hall. I do believe that most of the New York Jet fan base as a whole likes Breece Hall a lot. They know he's very talented. They know he can run the football. They know he can catch the ball out of the backfield. But the problem is he really hasn't reached his full potential. And that's not all on Breece Hall. That has something to do with the scheming of the coaching staff and the coaching of and the overall coaching of the previous coaching staff. The scheme sucked last year, even though in his last 2 seasons went over 1,000 scrimmage yards, especially in 2023, where he became the first New York Jets running back since Thomas Jones to get over 1,500 scrimmage yards, and yet somehow not get a consideration for comeback player of the year, which I thought was total BS and disrespectful. He really, I think, with this new scheme and hopefully with this best-looking offensive line the Jets have had in about 10 plus years, really brings out the best in Breece Hall. I really hope so. Hope Tanner Angstrand comes up with a proper scheme for him. Hope it comes up with a proper scheme for the offense in general. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's number 4. Number 3, I'm going to go to the defensive side of the football, and I'm going to go with Leonard Taylor III, the undrafted defensive tackle we took from the University of Miami last year. Now, even though he wasn't get a whole lot of playing time, but when he did play, he showed signs of promise. He showed signs of potential of being a pretty solid passer, or being a pretty solid run defender. So, hopefully, with this coaching staff, they bring out a whole lot more out of him, especially Steve Wilks, who I think is going to be a very fine defensive coordinator for us. Hopefully, they bring out some good qualities out of him. They really bring him out. And hopefully, they use him more than Michael Clemens, because as far as I'm concerned, Michael Clemens isn't that good of a football player, especially when it comes to football IQ. Number 2. Now, I know some people may have listed him as number 1, but number 2 is the star quarterback we took from both the Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that is Justin Fields. Now, I'm not expecting Justin Fields to put up Lamar Jackson-like numbers that he did last year or in previous years, but I do expect him to be a very productive player, to be a very solid, productive player, like he was somewhat with Pittsburgh last year, even though there were times where I felt the Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator for the Steelers, didn't scheme, didn't come up with a game plan to scheme to utilize his talents properly. Even though Justin Fields played very well, especially to his standards, where he completed 65% of his passes, threw for 5 touchdowns, ran for 5 touchdowns, that sort of thing. But there were a lot of times where Arthur Smith did not come up with some proper game work and with a proper scheme for him. And that to me was a huge red flag. So hopefully Justin Fields comes to the Jets this year and gets hopefully Justin Fields is utilized better here with Tanner Angstrand. And yeah. Now, number one, this is the guy that a lot of Jet fans wanted heading in the 2022 NFL Draft. This is the guy who the Jets traded back up for him in the 2022 NFL Draft. This is a guy that we Jet fans loved in his first 2 seasons. Unfortunately, last year his season was cut short due to a really bad Achilles injury. I am talking about number 11, but probably number 1 in your heart, other than Sauce Gardner, and Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine Johnson, I expect to have a major breakout season this year. I think he is going to be a really good player for us. A really, really good player for us this year. I think Aaron Glenn and Steve Wills are going to love this guy. He's got a relentless motor. Similar to okay. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I think Jermaine Johnson's gonna have a breakout season. Obviously, his best season so far was 2023, where he had 7.5, 8 sacks, a couple of forced fumbles, some really big tackles for loss against the run, and a beautiful pick six against the Cleveland Browns on Thursday, against Joe Flacco on the Cleveland Browns. I think it was a Saturday night game or a Thursday night game. I'm not entirely sure, but it was really interesting back in 2023. Yeah. It was in 2023, yeah. I think it was a Thursday or a Saturday night game. I think it was it was a Thursday night game. I forgot about that shit. It was a Thursday night game. But, yeah, so those are my top 5 Jets players that I expect that I think will break out in the upcoming 2025 season. Let me know your 5 breakout players for the New York Jets in the 2025 NFL season. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.